Today we shall discuss a very important term in African studies, and that is negritude. The word negritude comes from the word negro, or more correctly, the French equivalent of the English word negro. The word negro, or its equivalent, means in most European languages, including French, including Portuguese, including Spanish, including Italian, a black person. A black person of African descent. It is looked upon as a derogatory term. And the word negritude literally means blackness. The seeds of negritude were sown when young black poets, writers, intellectuals, black students found themselves in Paris in the 1920s and the 1930s. Negritude is a theory, it is a framework, it is an emotion, it is a movement. It is largely a francophone phenomenon, though it succeeded in impacting several other parts of the world, and these include the United States. I don't like to overburden my students with too many names, and so I shall mention a couple of names. The leading lights of negritude included M.A. Césaire, the Afro-Caribbean author and politician, and Leopold Senghor, the poet, politician, and cultural theorist who later became the first president of Senegal. Negritude was not a monolithic movement, and there were sharp differences among the practitioners of negritude. But a convenient definition of negritude would be that it is the sum total of the values of the civilization of the black world. Negritude attempted to raise and cultivate the black consciousness. It attempted to strengthen the black identity. It worked for the decolonization not only of Africa, not only of the Caribbean, but also for the decolonization of the black mind. Books were brought out, journals were published, anthologies were put together, seminars were conducted, meetings were held. The important concepts included the celebration of African history, tradition, and beliefs, opposition to colonialism, denunciation of Europe's inhumanity, rejection of Western domination, Pan-African unity, and of course, the decolonization of the black mind. According to some perspectives, negritude is a way of living history. Negritude is a way of living history within history. The history of the black people is unique. People of African descent over the centuries endured experiences which no other race ever had to endure. And these experiences include colonization, enslavement, transportation across the seas from one continent to another, exploitation, deculturation. This is certainly a unique history, and this unique history is the basis for negritude. Negritude is an attempt to reclaim the lost heritage of the people of African descent. Not just to reclaim the heritage, but also to revive it and to cherish it. The flip side of negritude is that it possesses excessively strong homogenizing tendencies. Negritude seems to believe that everything that originated in Africa is the same. This is contrary to facts because there is so much variety in Africa. There are so many differences, so many contradictions within the African heritage. This was one of the reasons why Frantz Fanon never became a fan of negritude. He pointed out that negritude ignores the particulars and stresses the universals too much. Similarly, Wole Soyinka was also not was also not a fan of negritude. He believed that negritude only succeeds in putting the blacks on the defensive. He famously remarked that a tiger does not proclaim its tigerness, it jumps on its prey.